Hello and welcome to Gizmoids.com. My name is Amit Shangani and today we'll be reviewing the Gioneee Elife S Plus. Why you should care? Because this one here is one of the best rivals to the OnePlus X, which is creating quite a few waves. Why? We'll see very soon. So this is what the packaging looks like. On top you have the Gionee branding here and S Plus here. On the sides you have again minimal branding. At the bottom you have the specs, some barcodes and the details of the importer, and that's pretty much it. Inside the box you have the phone on top. The film that covers the phone is not all that great, but the phone looks really nice and premium. It's got a metal chassis and we really love the rounded edges. It feels light to the hand. At the back you have this beautiful checkered finish in gold. This may look really nice, but the one thing that we don't like about it is that this is made of plastic. So while it looks and feels really premium, when you want to peel it off, we'll come to that later, it doesn't feel all that nice. Further inside the box you have earphones which come free. Some of the manufacturers are not giving it, so it's a bonus. You have the wall charger, which by the way is the type C, so Gionee is going forward in the right direction. There is a very nice silicone cover which comes free, so this is a value add and it's a very nice cover. We have used it for some time. In addition, you also have a screen guard. You have a quick start guide and the warranty card. So these are pretty much the contents inside the box, and we'll take you through the specs and the experience in a bit.
The specs on the Gioneee S Plus are pretty impressive for its price tag. Let's quickly run through all the key numbers. The new Gioneee S Plus has an octa-core 1.3 GHz Cortex A53 processor running a MediaTek chipset. It's got a solid 3 GB RAM with 16 GB internal memory, expandable to 128 GB through an external micro SD card. It's got a dual SIM capability with micro SIM slots. The display on the phone is a proper phablet sized 5.5 inch with AMOLED screen. The resolution at 720 pixels isn't the best in business though, with about 267 pixels per inch. Some rivals boast a better pixel density. The colors look really nice and vivid though. Screen protection is provided by Corning Gorilla Glass 3, along with a screen guard which comes as a free accessory in the box. The Gionee S Plus, despite its large size and a metal chassis, weighs a light for its size 158 grams only. The phone runs Android 5.1 Lollipop OS with Gionee's proprietary Amigo skin. This one runs its version 3.1. Coming to the camera, the primary back shooter is a 13 megapixel unit with LED flash and has features such as geotagging, touch focus, face detection, panorama, HDR and many more. It's capable of taking full HD videos at 1080p at 30 frames per second. There is no slow motion recording here though. The secondary camera is a 5 megapixel wide angle shooter which covers a large area. Coming to another important aspect, which is battery, it's pegged at a massive 3150 mAh. Forget that specification, the battery on this phone, despite the large screen size, really lasts, as we have experienced over the past 2 weeks. The phone features a loudspeaker, it's got a 3.5mm audio jack on top, it features an assisted GPS, it has all the other basic features such as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. As we mentioned during our unboxing video, Gionee, unlike some other phone manufacturers, is providing a really nice quality pair of earphones with this one, which also feature an FM radio receiver. So that's an advantage of about Rs 800 to 1000 over the models which don't come with the earphones. Sensors on the Gionee S Plus include accelerometer, proximity sensor and compass. For a clear voice quality on call, the phone also comes equipped with a dedicated microphone for active noise cancellation. Last, but definitely not the least, the S Plus comes with a reversible USB Type-C connector, which is the next standard for all mobile phone connector cables. As you would agree, these are some pretty solid specs, barring a few things like the screen resolution. But does all that hardware translate into a smooth, seamless user experience? Let's find out. The Gionee S Plus is available in 3 colors: gold, dark blue and white. We received our test unit in this glittery gold color. In the first look, the phone appears to be a premium product with a great finish. It's got a metal chassis and the finish on the phone all around, including the plastic back panel, is really impressive. While it looks premium, the back cover upon touching feels a tad too plasticky and flimsy, especially when you peel it off the back. We love its checkered diamond texture at the back though. The phone is lightweight for its size, with rounded edges, and feels great to hold. It is a fingerprint magnet though, and without that transparent silicone cover provided by Gionee, you'll spend the better part of the day buffing that beautiful golden finish with a cloth. The screen looks nice with vibrant colors and commendable contrast with really deep blacks. We would have loved it to be a full HD screen though, but you don't find the 720p resolution complaint worthy either. A quick look at the phone reveals a beautiful front screen with a 70.4% screen to frame ratio. There's a front shooter along with the speaker on top. At the bottom, you have a set of three hard buttons on the black frame. The black part of the screen is surrounded by a beautiful satin golden finish. On the right side, while facing the screen, you have the volume rocker on top with the power button placed right below it. The left side of the phone is clean with no buttons. At the top, you have a 3.5 mm audio jack, while at the bottom, you get the slot for the USB Type-C cable along with the microphone. At the back, you have the 13 megapixel shooter lens accompanied by an LED flash. At the bottom of the back panels, you have set of fine perforations to let the speaker sound through. The back panel also gets Gionee branding. Everything taken into consideration, the build and finish of the Gionee S Plus is commendable for the price. Let's move on to the software and experience part now. The Gioneee S Plus comes loaded to the gills with a whole gamut of useful features and software. Let's go through all of them one by one. The quick access menu to key settings can be accessed by swiping upwards from the bottom of the screen. This is quite unlike the other phones where you have to swipe down from the top to access the menu. Apart from the regular toggle controls such as data, Wi-Fi, airplane mode, brightness, torch and camera, this screen has two great functions. First is the hilarious fake call button, which you can press if you want a fake incoming call from somewhere to excuse yourself from a boring scenario. Just press that button and you'll get a fake call from an unknown number in 15 seconds. Not just that, the lady on the call will keep pursuing you to send the file soon enough. Another cool feature is a super screenshot, which can take a long screenshot of multi-scroll pages or crop the screen as per your requirement along with the normal screenshot. If you swipe up from the middle of the home screen, you get a cool customization tool which is one of the best in the business. You get a whole bunch of customization options here. You can change the theme, edit your home screen, change the settings and make a whole bunch of changes for a more customized experience. A lot of software comes bundled with the phone, some of which is bloatware, but some of it is really cool and we'd rather have it than not have it. Some of the must-have things which some phones like the OnePlus 2 have missed out on and the S Plus proudly flaunts are stuff as unmissable as an image and video gallery. Then you have things like a music player, file explorer, system manager to clean the garbage on the memory and boost performance. There is a toolbox with some very basic but important apps such as calculator, compass, clock, calendar, sound recorder, torch, an app for notes and a mobile security tool. This mobile security tool asks for a PIN and a close friend's number to lock down your phone remotely in case of a theft. Also, as soon as someone enters a new SIM into the phone, you'll get the number as a message on your friend's phone. Now, these are some of the more basic features. There are some other things that really add a lot of value to the package. To start off, there is a Chameleon, which is a fantastic camera-based customization app for your theme. You can point the camera at any two colors of your choice and the Chameleon will paint your phone in a two-tone hue with those colors. There's another app called Theme Park that's pre-installed to let you choose from a whole bunch of pre-designed themes. Mood card isn't something too great but comprises a bunch of beautiful images with provision to write your own messages. The app can be used by people to send postcards, pictures, messages, etc. to friends and family. The phone comes with face recognition and it works really well. Unless of course you grow a heavy beard, then shave it completely and then expect the phone to recognize you. It will still recognize you while also not being able to do it half the times. The features on this phone are just too many and we had a tough time jotting them all down. Smart gestures is one such bundle of gesture-based actions. It comprises smart gestures, which include things like pausing an alarm by simply flipping the phone. It can allow the phone to vibrate so as to remind you of unread messages and unanswered calls in the sleep mode. Then there is a smart screen, which automatically detects it when you're reading and doesn't turn off the display. Custom black screen gestures is another great feature. For those who got awed by the OnePlus 1 and 2's black screen gestures, such as double tap to wake and gestures to launch apps such as camera and torch, this will blow their minds. Almost as though mocking the OnePlus, Gionee uses double tap to sleep as against OnePlus's wake up. By going into the custom dark screen gestures, you can draw as many shapes as you want and associate them to any app or function of your choice. For example, we have drawn an L to launch the image gallery. There are some other usable tools included in the bundle such as WP Office and DU Battery Saver. The Gionee Zender can be used to send files, photos and apps to up to 5 connected cell phones simultaneously. Once connected with the other phones, you need to select the files or apps of your choice and shake the phone to transfer. Gionee's very own Hot Knot is also included, which can share files, though it requires the other phones to have Hot Knot too, which is a hardware related feature and not an app or software which can be downloaded. There is a bundle of games included with the software, but it's absolute bloatware. These are games that ask you to pay a few seconds after you started playing them. Let's move on to the camera now. The 13 megapixel shooter at the back is a decent unit for the segment, though it still is a far cry from the best boys in the business. It can be termed average at best with significant noise in low light shooting conditions. It works well only in bright conditions. The opticals aren't of a very high quality, and that's one problem no amount of software can solve. The detail in the images, especially in the low light conditions, is strictly average. There is a fantastic feature about this phone which allows two separate touch controls for focus and light metering. So while you can lock the focus with the square marker on the screen, with the round marker you can meter the entire area in front of the cam for just the right exposure. The camera comes with a whole bunch of presets, which are pretty cool. So apart from the normal mode, you have the professional mode, which gives you a fine-grained control over parameters such as shutter speed, white balance, ISO, and exposure. Along with these, you get a whole bunch of the more common presets such as HDR, panorama, and night modes, along with a special filter mode that allows you to choose from a variety of Instagram-like preset filters. Magic Focus is another unique preset which allows you to hold the camera still for a few moments and takes an image with multiple layers. Once you have taken the shot, you can choose any object within the frame, put it in focus, and save it as a final image. The Take Anytime feature gets into a super quick burst mode and takes multiple images of the same scene. It then processes the images and allows you to select the best image based on what your requirement really is. It can blur the background or make distractions disappear automatically. It's a really cool feature and extends the capability of the camera several folds. The ultra pixel mode requires you to keep the image still for a few seconds to capture more details and deliver an image which is packed tight with pixels. We took a couple of shots in normal and ultra pixel modes, and the images in the ultra pixel mode had decidedly more details and clarity. Smart Scene is another mode which chooses any of the other modes based on the exposure, if you trust it enough, that is. Finally, you have a unique pick note mode which allows you to take an image of any object with text, say a computer screen or a document. It automatically crops everything else apart from the text and allows you to quickly convert the image of the text into a PDF. That's a really cool feature and can be of immense use for people like us at Gizmoids who sometimes need to share documents in the form of images or PDFs from events to their colleagues in the office. Let's move on to another important aspect, which is battery. We really have no complaints whatsoever about the battery life on the S Plus. It has to be one of the best phones we have used in terms of battery life. The Gioneee Amigo system seems to have been really well tuned, and never have we witnessed the system nibbling on the battery's life. Once 100% charged, the phone has always lasted more than 24 hours, even with moderately aggressive usage. We have used other phones with battery size in excess of 3000 mAh, but this one stands out with its miserly ways of consuming battery. Full marks to Gioneee S Plus for the battery performance. So how well all of those things add up? Well, we have been using this phone for more than 2 weeks now, and our experience has been delightful. Except for a couple of occasions we haven't seen the phone hanging or feeling sluggish. Knowing that it's a mid-range phone, extreme gaming involving high frame rates and detailed renderings can be a bit of an issue. But there isn't any such concern with the lighter, everyday games that a vast majority of us engages in. From a day to day usage perspective, we really don't find the performance lagging or complaint worthy. The Cortex octa-core processor works just fine. Multitasking is handled without a whimper, and our overall experience has been above satisfactory. The Gioneee S Plus is a great overall package. It's built well, and from a day to day usage perspective, offers a lot of bang for your buck. At Gizmoids, we will rate this phone as a buy.
So guys, that was our review of the Gionee S Plus, and hope you guys liked it. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Even if you didn't, please give us some space as it was one of our very first videos. Your suggestions and comments are very important for us, so don't forget sharing your 2 pence with us. We'll be bringing a whole bunch of quality videos for you, so stay tuned.